What is happening? What is happening? What is happening, my friends, ladies and gents? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever time you tune into this episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast. Welcome to another great show. This podcast is presented by Rugged Evolution Beer Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Look, y'all, I'm always excited to chop it up with you all. Happy Friday, by the way. I hope you all have something great planned for the weekend. You know, this the last weekend really before Thanksgiving. So I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. If y'all have to do any traveling, hey, safe travels, all that good stuff. Yeah, man. Look, I'm coming to you with another great episode. You know, here we like to I'm here and there I might share my unfiltered opinion on some trending stories, conversations, topics that's being discussed around the world, or also, which I love to do, I bring on some remarkable individuals, guests with awesome stories, and we have just great conversation, man. Once again, that's what it's all about. Always, I learn so much when it's just a one-on-one conversation, man. And I think we all should just have a great sit down and chillax. We have a lot of stuff going on in our world right now, and I think we all just need to sit down, relax, learn something, and enjoy a great podcast. Huh, like the Arrington Gavin podcast. That's right. Coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast on all podcast platforms. So if you're iHeart, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, what else? Odyssey. There's a new platform strictly for Black-owned content creators called Haiti. Check that out. Download that app. Also, you can check us out. You can watch this show 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube. Our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media. R Smooth Club Media on YouTube, as well as R Smooth Club Podcast on Facebook, and R Smooth Club Media on Twitter. Well, X, formerly known as Twitter. So I'm gonna still keep on calling it Twitter. I can't just call it just a one letter. But y'all, I'm so excited because I have the honor of talking with the gentleman. His name is Dallas Stevens. Dallas Stevens is the creator of Meal Ticket Raceway. And Meal Ticket Raceway is the world's longest enclosed 6-lane raceway with 6 custom turns, and it's dope. It's so cool. I wanted to get this guy on because I was watching an interview he did on 13 News, which is a local ABC affiliate channel here in the Hampton Roads area. And I was watching this. I'm like, man, this guy has a huge collection of cars. 'Cause as a kid, I always used to love Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels was my thing. And the older I got, I fell off because it was between Hot Wheels and wrestling. I was always balancing the two. Though that was my childhood. And I saw this collection of cars, and I saw they titled it man uses a childhood love for a purpose now, for people that go through stress and things like that. I'm like, man, I have got to talk with this guy. So I'm so honored to have Mr. Dallas Stevens on with us right now. Let me go ahead and bring him up. Mr. Stevens, how you doing, sir?
All right, now going
look
on.
At that, look at the setup. First of all, I gotta give a look. Clap it up for the setup, man. Clap it up for the setup. Look, y'all. Before we were getting ready for this program, he was doing his commentary, man, because this gentleman has a huge TikTok following. I believe it's like over 75,000 and counting. Look, I would love to have 700 if I can borrow just a couple, Dallas. But it's okay, man. It's okay. I want to continue to see you winning, man. But as I was mentioning with the audience and the listeners here, that you are the creator of Meal Ticket Raceway. It is the world's longest enclosed 6-lane raceway. Can you tell us a little more about where the idea of Meal Ticket Raceway came about for you?
Well, first of all, the Meal Ticket came from my twin brother. Gave me a name. When you get into gaming, so it just ran right on through there from the gaming industry to actually doing diecast racing. Mm-hmm. And what I got into, I have a motorcycle, and you get a certain age. Yes, I'm 44 years old.
Look, so, you don't look it, sir. You don't look. You must moisturize. You must moisturize.
Most definitely not. But no, I'm still ashy just like everybody else, man. But look, so I said, I like the speed. I like the rate. The feel of it. So I bring it to the diecast world, which I see a little bit behind it. And I was racing, and I took it to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is the one that I took it to where I found people actually with PTSD, going
Mm,
through cancer. Someone had this woke me up when someone said, "Hey, Mill, I'm about to go through heart surgery, and wish me well and things like that." And I'm like,
mm,
man, I'm like, this is helping people. So
absolutely.
I took the hobby and turned it to a business, man, trying to inspire people to feel good, get away from the world.
Man, and see that, and that's so awesome because people forget, and it's funny because I'm a, I will always be a forever kid at heart. I'm a big kid. It gets on my wife's nerves, but I say, hey, look, you married me, so obviously, you like something. But I'm a big kid at heart, and I'm that guy where if I have some free time, look, I'm gonna watch some cartoons. I can't get it. Oh, I'm watching Scooby Doo. I'm watching Tom and
Time
I'm
and Jerry.
reliving my childhood. That it's like, man, this is this really just builds me up. I mean, like for example, I guess I know for the ladies, Barbie was a huge thing. Barbie was a huge thing. There were not just young girls watching Barbie. There were adults. There were grandma. They love Barbie, and
Right.
it's that passion that brings back your childhood. And like you mentioned, not only are you adding uplifting people going through some struggles in life, but health issues. I mean, you really have
Mm.
changed so many people around the world, because again, it shows what you're following with TikTok. And if I'm not mistaken, like you have people now, do they mail like certain cars? Like how does the whole process work with meal ticket?
Well, you can go on the website, mealticketraceway.com, and you can get your license to be a professional diecast racer, because this is a business, and I turned it to that. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually becoming something where people will want to watch you, check your cars out. So
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
man. So it's interesting.
okay. So now the you said a term that I've never heard of. You said dot cast.
Diecast is actually the car. What you see here, these
Mm-hmm.
things are actually diecast cars. You'd be like, well, you know, it's just what it is. It's a
Mm-hmm.
diecast car. It's made of metal, plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what it is.
That is interesting to see, because as a kid I loved Hot Wheels, right? And I
Mhm.
never really knew too much about like this process. Now I just said, hey, I like the car, I want to collect. I guess growing up I used to see maybe my uncles or just friends having it displayed, modeled in the house and stuff, to add some good looks. But I never knew that it there was like this existed, and it's really cool. So may I ask, like, what has been some of the most like highlights of since you've created, because how old is a meal ticket raceway?
This is 6.5 years old.
Wow, six and a
Yep.
half years old. So what have been some of the the accomplishments? I mean, you have a slew of cars. We just seeing a little pocket of where you're at, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, how well, for one, I'm asking so many questions right now because they're just all flowing in my head. What's the collection of cars at your setup, as if you can, the last time you counted them?
Oh yeah, I do inventory. It's a lot of cars. I have a lot of cars. And I know that number. A lot of people, in competition want to, so I don't really say, but I have a
Oh,
lot of
a
cars.
lot of I got you. I
And
got you. I
the
got you.
goal of having these cars is, if someone say, "Hey, I want to become a racer,"
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I have that car ready for them. So
Okay,
that's why I
okay.
collect so many. Yeah.
Wow. Man, how long did it take you to, for this to set up? I feel like this wasn't no overnight thing. This wasn't like, this,
No,
like
no.
how long, but might I ask, how long did it take to
Uh,
have your setup?
well, like I said, it's been 6.5 years. When I got to this place here, it took me 3 months to make.
Whew.
So if you go to my YouTube channel and you can scroll to the beginning, I started from uh, a, a rental garage storage unit, which a lot of people, make jokes and things about that. But when you got a goal or something set in mind, you
Mm,
run right across that until you reach your goal, and people see
absolutely.
you ain't just come from just having stuff. So
Hmm.
so this took, like, again, three months, and you can see nothing is on the wall, nothing but straight tracks. So yeah.
That is so cool. That is so cool. And I'm hearing you use phrases as far as for people that, because this really, your story is larger than than you expected, like as far as people that want to pursue a dream, want to pursue an avenue, I mean, you're giving that, that step-by-step process as far as like, look, this was time, this was not, a easy or quick process. This, hey, 3 months in preparation, doing this, doing that. Have you ever, were there any, I'll say, were there any walls, as far as during this journey of meal ticket, were there any walls that you had encountered, for the business owners out there that are, wanting to pursue and invest in themselves, were there any walls that you had encountered?
Yeah, well, I had a huge wall. Like I said, I'm getting the taunt of, feeling not confident because a lot of people laugh at you or certain things like that. That one wasn't so bad, but the one that really got me was I had a neighbor, uh, older guy, drove his car backwards into this
Wow.
garage here, and that took me for a loop. I lost 4,000 some odd cars, and I was ready to give it up. But I had my wife. She was like, she saw how I felt about it, so she pushed me on to try it again. And um, I tried it again, and it actually came out even better.
Mm,
Which I'm glad I listened because, like I said, it was a hobby at first. Then it turned to a business. It got destroyed. It took me out for a complete year,
mm.
and now I'm back, man. I'm
See,
back and
that's what I'm
making
talking
people.
about. Well, shout out to the wives out there, because I myself as a business owner, I always have my times where it's like, look, I don't want to do nothing no more, man. Everybody has that, like, just that wall
Yeah.
that they hit, whether if it's like, hey, you're on a roll, staying active, eating right, or doing this, and you just hit a wall, and you're like, look, I don't want to do it no more. So shout out to the wives out there that continue to, motivate their husbands on, continuing their dream. And what I love about this too, boss, is the fact that this was forever, this was a hobby of yours, this was just a love that you enjoyed doing, and you said, hmm, let me take a leap of faith and let me invest in this, because that's, it really is, it all, I feel as though for a lot of people that want to pursue entrepreneurship, or have a dream that they want to pursue, I feel as though they're, we all can get hesitant sometimes. We're like, oh, this is a risk.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any hesitancy, or was it like, again, this was a love that you always had? She said, no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna, put, take that leap of faith and, invest and start Meal Ticket Raceway.
Oh yeah. Like I said, um, on YouTube, you put videos out there and hopefully get a lot of subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was doing it, so it didn't mess with the income at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I decided, you know what, this actually can be my main income, so I
Mm,
decided to turn this into a business. Once I saw the effect of how people felt good about it, like post traumatic stress.
yeah.
Sometimes you need a dog with you. You need medication, and this, a few people, not just one or two, they actually feel calm. They
Mm-hmm.
enjoy themselves, and don't even have the disturbance of feeling with those problems. Um, I got a friend right now. His name is Warthog. They're on the TikTok page fighting 4-stage cancer. We
Mm.
came out with a race just for him. All the
Wow.
money went towards him and making him feel good. And it wasn't about just the money. It was the fact that how it made him feel. You got to see his comments. And it's just the support of going through that, and,
Mm.
and showing people, hey man, look, we care about you too. This is what we're here for you. And Zombie, well, they got different names in
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. I forgot his real name, but he wanted to come up with something for this, and I backed him, just to make people feel good, man.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And again, I'm so just like, hyped to have this conversation with you. But I hope listeners and viewers are hearing your heart while you talk about this, because, you know, you said, hey, look, it's not about the money. It's about really, again, uplifting somebody, making them feel good, because again, addiction, mental, especially like now, mental health has really been on the rise, especially for men of color like you and me.
Yeah.
I've had many conversations on my programs with other, great friends of mine, some of them that participate or that have their own platforms catered to mental health.
Mhm.
And I do think uh, we all have to always have those conversations, because, growing up, of course, we're talking with our fathers and our uncles, man. It was toughen up, man up, man up. And it's like now you're having a conversation. Well, wait a minute, what does man up really mean? Like I'm, because
Oh
you
yeah,
start. You start, hey, does that mean I gotta have a deeper voice? Because my voice don't go
right,
that deep if I try. I'm not that tall,
right,
you know what
right.
I mean? So I think, things like, like your business, like your brand and what you're doing, the story is so needed in this, in our world right now. And this is not just happening like in our local area. May I ask, like, how many people, like, I know you get people from all across the world that participates in this. Any states,
Definitely.
or can you name some of the states that people have participated in the meal ticket raceway?
All right. Well, we want to come up with a map on the TikTok page because everyone in U.S., um, every state visit. We had Hawaii, uh, people from Colorado. We got people from we say somebody give me a shout out there from Arizona. Give me a minute. Uh, Australia, well,
Wow.
Swaswella. I don't know these
Oh,
places, man.
Venezuela.
Yeah, there you go. Japan, uh,
Wow.
Brazil. So I mean, Canada, worldwide, man. So everyone watched the show. They wish they can be here to send me some cars. Being overseas is almost like over $150 just to send one car. So
Wow.
they
And see,
want to
that's,
support.
man, and that's, for you, how does that make you feel when you do see people that, that are, sending their cars from so far away? I mean, how does that make you feel? Because again, this all started off as, this was your hobby. Now it's a brand. Now it's big. I mean, I know it got to feel good. I know you got to
Oh
give
yeah,
yourself a pound on the back a couple times, Dallas.
oh yeah, man. It does, and it made me feel I'm on the right track.
Mm,
This truly can do something. It's like I'm trying to get to a certain amount of people to race on this raceway to where I can get a storefront. It's just different goals I have. So people say they will fly to me to watch.
mm.
They come watch this. Retirees say they 9 hours away. They can drive down. I had firefighters in Portsmouth try to find my house, and they followed my address and went to the postal service. Because I have things shipped there because that's where I like to have my mail.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's neat, man. It's neat. They feeling good about it, and I'm feeling good about it to make this, something that where our diecast community can come together and race
Mm-hmm.
and you know do what diecast people do is sell cars and talk about cars.
Man, I love it. I love it. Now I'm, I wish I was like, of course I love cars, but I'm not as like educated when it comes to vehicles, right? One of my bros, he's a car fanatic. I'm talking like,
Okay.
if you ask him what's your favorite Fast and Furious, he gonna say all of them. I'm like, look, I'm tired after three. There's too many for me. But I understand for the car wigs, though. They love
Right.
they love Fast and Furious. What's your
Yeah.
what's your favorite car, man? What's your like ideal? Like Dallas Stevens said, hey, look,
Oh
this is my
man.
ideal. Or if you have your top three.
Oh, it's the Celine S7. It's my favorite sports car.
Okay.
Super is my favorite supercar, and the muscle car is the Chevy Nova, man, 2 door. So
Okay, okay.
all American so
Okay,
far.
all American. Bet.
It
Okay,
just happened
okay.
to fall in that way.
Look, I'm just now getting into America, right? I used to be, I still am. I'm a Beamer guy, but
Okay.
I joined the Ford family not too long ago,
All
and
right.
and loving it. So, and hey, look, I enjoy a nice, classic car as well, man. But I've always been like, a fan of speed. I always like, something that got some torque to it, right?
You got it.
But
You know it.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. Dallas, I truly appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to chop it up here on the pod. Um, I hope everybody has been inspired. I definitely want to come to visit because you are local. Now I heard
Oh yeah.
Portsmouth, so look, I'm in Chesapeake, so I will have to catch a flight over there to Portsmouth. But no. Look, the way that traffic be looking, brother. The way that traffic, I might need to catch a flight.
Hey, who you
But
telling?
but I would love to come there and check it out, man. Definitely want to bring the crew because as the listeners and viewers know on this pod, I also host a weekly radio show on WNSB 91.1. We would love to have you on and continue to hear your story because I feel like your story is has to continue to spread out in Hampton Roads because you're almost not almost I would consider you like Hampton Roads heroes, because it's
Huh?
like, not seriously, because people in the Hampton Roads community, they're a little late on finding out of the remarkable individuals in their community. And when I read your story, I was like, and then I saw it on 13 News, and I'm like, and shout out to Ashley Smith, because she's actually a good friend of mine too.
Yeah, she's
And
awesome, man.
and she is, real sweet. And I remember hearing how she was so like mind blown, because she was like, well, cars, a little unknowing how, how the story was like. But then she talked so highly about it, man. I'm like, look, I gotta check this out, because this, again, I was getting a little background commentary when you were giving your show and stuff like that, man. But Dallas, how can people continue to support any events that you have going on? And again, please give the listeners how we can continue to follow Meal Ticket Raceway.
Well, please go to mealticketraceway.com. It's on the internet. You'll find me everywhere. Um, Become a racer. If you want to be a racer, register. Let people know that you support Meal Ticket Raceway. And also TikTok, YouTube. It's easy to find me, even though it's hard to find me because it's not Hot Wheels, a display like that. But I'm here in Portsmouth, man, trying to light this up.
Man, I love it. I love it. Ladies and gents, look, Dallas Stevens. Dallas, don't go nowhere, boss. I want to chop it up a little bit with you after the show, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But y'all, look, once again, Mr. Dallas Stevens, creator of Meal Ticket Raceway. Again, please continue to follow this brother. mealticketraceway.com. Meal Ticket Raceway, again, on TikTok and all social medias, on YouTube as well. Please subscribe, so he can continue to just spread that good word, man. I'm gonna subscribe myself, and I'm gonna continue to follow, because this is awesome. This is awesome. Dallas, talk to you in a few, brother.
All right.
Ladies and gents, once again, I hope y'all enjoyed that conversation with Mr. Dallas Stevens, again, creator of Meal Ticket Raceway. I don't know about y'all, I learned a lot, man. And one thing I always enjoy is, not just, learning something new, but also hearing someone that cares about other people, that wants to continue to uplift other people, be a blessing to others. Because again, we live in a world, man, it's a lot of hurt going on. People are going through their own addictions, health issues are at stake as well, and just so much stuff happening, man, just so much stuff happening. But once again, people like Dallas Stevens is out there doing great things, not just in the Hampton Roads area, but in the world. Did you hear this man say Venezuela, Australia, in all the United States? Just so many places overseas that are even participating in this, man. And again, this is dope. This is awesome. I'm so excited I had the opportunity to have him on. Excuse me. Have him on the show. Again, y'all, please continue to support and tune into the Arrington Gavin podcast, coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube. Also, you can check us out on our Facebook and Twitter page, R Smooth Club Media. Subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all podcast platforms, man. We're going to continue to bring on great content. I'm going to continue to bring on amazing individuals like Mr. Dallas Stevens. Also, tune into my weekly radio show every Sundays at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. every Sundays, WNSB 91.1 FM, the soul of VA, hosted by myself, along with my friends and family, right? My brother, comedian Ciroc Fox, and my sis, hustle queen herself, Miss Michelle Young. Also got to shout out our producer, Cam Godley. Yeah, man, so much great stuff happening. But until next time, y'all, peace and blessings. Y'all be easy out there, stay safe, and yeah, I will see y'all on Monday.